Hey, fellow babies, welcome back to Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. If you're a Patreon patron, thank you so much for supporting us. If you're not, please try to remember to link your Twitch Prime account to your Amazon Prime account. It's free. Instructions are in our show description, and we get paid, and it costs you nothing. That's good. And as a payback, you get this show available on Twitch when they are published, so you don't have to wait a week and watch it on YouTube later. All right, today's question from Sifted from the OV. Hey, Pac, there was a major leak of The Last of Us Part 2 that revealed a ton of spoilers for the game. It generated a storm of criticism from people who do not like the direction the game is taking. Some may have legitimate concerns. Most of the chatter is overwhelmingly homophobic and uses hateful rhetoric. Sony seems to be aware of this and has turned off YouTube comments and Twitter replies. Do publishers have a way of accurately measuring consumer sentiment in these circumstances? Will Sony bow to pressure from the vocal minority and change content in future games that exclude LGBTQ characters? I think that the vast majority of consumers are just cognizant that LGBTQ is who people are. And if you are LGBTQ, obviously that's good with you. If you have a family member or friend, it should be good with you, and that's 99% of us. And it's the small minority of people who just don't understand that, who people are, who their neighbors are, and their family is, that are intolerant. So I think that any enlightened consumer-facing company, and Sony is one of those, is going to recognize that 90-something% of their target audience either is LGBTQ or has relationships with people who are family members, friends, coworkers, whatever. So I think that the consumer sentiment has evolved. I think people didn't understand it before, and I think that there are people who are afraid of things they don't understand. But I would say that is a distinct minority, and unfortunately, it's the vocal minority, and so you get these homophobic comments. But it's like, how do you hate somebody for who they are? It's like hating people who have graying hair or a 2-day growth of beard. It is who we are, and I actually truly don't get it. I mean, it's like being racist. The right way to measure it is just to look at any survey data that says that an overwhelming majority of consumers, way north of 60, probably 80-90%, think that LGBTQ is just part of who we are. So I don't think that Sony will bow to pressure from the vocal minority. It is a vocal minority. I think if people determine that they can't own a game because there's something in the game that they don't like, that's who they are. That's not. And I'm reminded of the TV series Schitt's Creek, and I don't know if any of you are familiar with it. Highly recommended. The first 5 seasons are on Netflix, and the 6th season is available on over the top on the cable system. I've never seen a show like that. I mean, first of all, it's hilarious and a well-written show, but there's a main character who is gay and who has a gay relationship. And what's striking about the show is never once does anybody in the series question this. It's just who the guy is, and he's their friend, and he's part of their family, and he's a business owner, and it's just the way the world should be, that we should be tolerant of people for who they are, and if they're good people, we should be tolerant of it. If they're bad people, we should be intolerant, but not because of their gender or their sexual preference. It is who they are. So I love that show, and it got a ton of critical acclaim for just not making that an issue at all. It was a non-issue. It was who these people are. So again, I think that that's healthy for society to just acknowledge that people are who they are, and to it's not even be tolerant. Don't be intolerant. Just accept everybody for who they are, and you don't pick on people for who they are. They are who they are. And if you are an intolerant bigot, then you're not going to like what I just said, and you shouldn't buy games that feature groups that you don't happen to like. But that just makes you an intolerant bigot. So you shouldn't be watching my show either. So please don't, but still link your Twitch Prime account to your Amazon Prime account. Anyway, thanks for joining us on today's Pachter Factor. We'll see you tomorrow. If you're a SIFTD Patreon patron, thank you very much. If you have linked your Twitch account to your Prime account, thank you very much. And if you don't do either of those things and you are not a bigot, please follow me on Twitter at Michael Pachter. Bye-bye.